Okay, we are live. So, how's everyone doing today? So, this is our open chat. This is where everyone gets to come in, chat with us, have some fun, and let everyone know what's going on. So, I've started this just for the fun of it and got everything all set up. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post out the hangout address so you guys can all jump in and say your piece or whatever. There's a link right there, and I will be watching this. So, if you guys try any funny business, you know what's going to happen. Giggle, boot to the head, and you're out of there. So let me go get everything all set up and let everybody know what's going on. I did just telling a few people what's going on, and we already got some viewers already. Hello, Minnesota Maker. Thank you for jumping in. It's always a pleasure seeing you back in here. So if you guys are wondering what's going on, I've been experimenting with the small spool project. It's these little things right here. You know, you can see a little bit of tape here. It's because one of the spools poked a hole in my bag. Not a happy camper about that one. Let me show you what the spools I'm talking about. Heard about this project a little while ago. Kind of, why would anyone want small spools? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I was an idiot. But, you know what? Now I've built one, I can understand the reasons for it. This is a small spool right here. Yeah, well, the video won't stay tonight as always. You know, I always end up deleting these unless, there's something here. But I'm also going to be putting out a full video on the spools like I said I was going to do. But you know what? We can always chat about it and say how our spools look. And I will definitely be doing a time lapse, which is going to stay on the other video. I might keep this video up. I don't know yet. I'm still a little iffy on it. Only because it puts out this code up here, which with the Hangout code, because what happens is if people jump in and say whatever they want, then I'm gonna have to delete it anyways. You know, it's just the way it is. But you know what? I might just keep this up tonight, for a little while as I publish the video and talk about spools. But I can always use clippets out of this video and attach it to the other video that I'm producing anyways, and still have your guys' thoughts and explanations about the mini spools. So not only am I going to archive this, but it might be included in the videos. So, and your channel, if you have one, will be represented in the video. Your name, your channel information will be posted at the bottom and will be posted in the description. If you guys leave any comments or anything about the small spool project, then I'll be more than happy enough to, put your comments out there. So don't feel like this is just a one time, we're just doing a little bit of stuff and nothing big is going on, but I'm going to make sure that this gets out. I'm going to make sure that your comments are heard. But right now what I'm doing is I'm printing out a Benchy. Yeah, I know it's the normal thing everybody does, but this is just to test out the spool and see how it's printing out. So far, the spool went boom, like as usual with a spring. And I had to, pause the video, roll it back up, went back, came back in the video, explain what I did, and then posted it back out. Hey, Wiley, thanks for coming in. Unknown Soul, I don't think we've ever met. Well, welcome to the channel anyways, man. I appreciate you coming in. Guys, everybody say hello to almost Unknown Soul. Let's make him feel welcome. Unknown Soul, what we do here mostly is 3D printing, talking, chatting, This is more of an open chat that I leave open so anyone can come in, ask a few questions, whatever. That's what we do here. And no, we welcome you in the channel, man. Honestly, if you like what I'm doing, just hit like, subscribe, ring the bell. All the help is always welcome. I think he just left. Yeah, he came in and left, I think. If he didn't, sorry, man. I'm more than happy enough to have you in here. So we got, you know what? It showed on my screen here. All of a sudden it went down to 3 and then went back up to 4. So I thought maybe one of you guys dropped out. I thought it might have been you. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Didn't mean to. It's what my viewer is showing me here. So I'm just keeping an eye on the Let's Chat on the viewer itself. So, but we are a friendly bunch of people. So, what am I printing right now? I'm printing a benchy. A benchy is a boat. Looks like this one right here. That's your typical benchy. What it's to test is for overhangs, high structures, low structures, and a lot of us actually use this to figure out how much heat we need to use for a filament. How's our filament looking? It's actually it's kind of like a test. It's like a torture test. There are other ones out there. I haven't downloaded them yet. I got to get on Maker Muse's Patreon and download all his torture cubes. So this channel's so basically we were talking about something like this, the mini spool. Your typical spool is about 1 kilo worth of filament. This is about 50 kilos of filament, give or take. And the idea of this project is everyone is getting anyone who's part of a sample program, like myself, who gets like a maker box or gets free samples of filament from their filament manufacturer friends like this. This is from this is a maker box. This is glow in the dark PLA. This stuff is nasty on nozzles. It turns nozzles that are like 0.4 is our average nozzle. This will turn your nozzle into like a 0.10. This stuff is horrible. It just chews away the chews away your film your nozzle like no tomorrow. Same with wood. You need a hardened nozzle to stop that from happening. Actually, I gotta go and pick up one. Hey, Rover. Or end of a larger spool. Yeah. But on here is about, I'd say maybe 45k filaments on here. This is not the spool I would recommend. Another spool I printed. Yeah, I guess, yeah, from a 0.4 millimeter to like a 1 millimeter nozzle is about best way to put it. Yeah. But like I said, when I'm at the end of my nozzle, that's when I'll burn that through that stuff and test it. But as I was saying, this is just a regular everyday printed spool. The only thing is it doesn't stay locked. I still have a lot of springing in there. So as a spool, I would not recommend this spool print. The other one I printed, which is a screw one, very similar to this one right here. This is the master spool for filaments.ca. And as you see, there's a actually threaded link to it. So you have to spin it to lock it in. You put your filament on here. So that is a little bit better. And the one I printed was that one. It's right now holding my gold filamentum PLA, which is holding up pretty good, actually. I'm surprised. I thought I would be a little bit more, thought I'd hear a little bit of sizzle, but it seems to be printing beautifully. So we'll see it as soon as we get it off. What machine is behind you? You mean the machine that you're seeing in the screen here? Unknown Soul? Or you mean the stuff that's behind here? Yeah, that's basically what it is. But this thing has a thread so you can actually put the filament in, so you can lock the filament as you're winding it back onto a new spool. And because the spool is slightly bigger than a normal spool, you can put that filament on there and it'll just go, it'll just bring out a little bit. Where this is small and tight, and when you're tightening it down to a smaller spool, it becomes like a spring almost. It's annoying as it is, but yeah. That is a CR10. That is my 300 by 300 millimeter with a 400 millimeter height. I'm not sure what that works out in feet, but you can probably like punch it into a system and it will probably give you the exact height and width. Right now, I am printing on a plate of mirror instead of using glass because the glass that they gave me was warped. This is a known thing from China. China is known for the warped glass. It's a thing. I know it sucks, but it's a thing. But the reason I'm printing the benchy is to have a look at how good the quality was, how good the filament still is, and, you know, who doesn't need a gold benchy? I mean, we got black, we got white. I mean, little cats are great for testing, but not what I recommend for a torture test. Though I have to admit, this cat is almost as good as, or even better than, some of the cats I've seen. This just turned out beautifully. Now, this camera does not give it justice, but this is a silk green PLA. And silk green PLA, oh man, I mean, you're just shining in certain light and it just sparkles. Its stuff is just sick. But getting off the point. You never knew this was a thing? Ah, it is a thing. Believe it or not, there are conventions dedicated to 3D printing. There is a convention called MRF, Midwest Rep Rap Festival. Then there's EARF, East Coast Rep Rap Festival. There's only 2 right now, and then we also have the maker fairs, where people show you what they can make with printing or other ways they make stuff out of wood, everything else. And they present it out at these conventions. There's also something called, that's mostly at maker fairs. Oh, thank you so much, Vince, for putting that down. We also do, a lot of us makers have these things. We call them maker coins. What they are is they're a piece of plastic printed with our logo sometimes on it. Some of them come in spiky. Let me see if I got a couple in that box here. Let's see. Do I have a maker coin in here? No, all my maker coins are gone. They got shipped out, but I think I have 2 of them still here. Ah, here we go. So this is a maker coin from a guy known as Hack Monkey. As you can see, there's a Hack Monkey symbol. It makes it look like a razor blade almost. So in the middle, you're seeing the black, and it looks like I counted, I think it's like 6 layers. Sorry, 5 layers, and 2 layers of gray. Then it goes to black. Then it switches the way it prints and goes another 6 layers of 4 layers of black? No, 5. And then 2 layers of gray. So you're getting like this thing that looks like a saw blade, and on the other side, get the other way with the saw blade. It's a pretty nice coin, actually. I kind of like it. It's different and unique. Now, there's also this type of coin. That's a standard maker coin. Now, this year, I must admit, everybody's kind of gotten out of this a little bit more and have come up with weird designs around it, which is better. I'm sorry. I have a hatred because this looks like a freaking faucet, you know, that you would have on a garden hose that you would just turn on to you know, let water come out. So this is, yeah, I just have my beef with these. This is the Inside the Mind of Matt maker coin. And it's kind of like a calling card almost. It's like, hey, here's my calling card. Here's my calling card, you know? Or, here's my calling card. And it can be different sizes. It's a very fun hobby. It's, you know, that actually a lot of us do make money at this too. There is a money aspect that can be made in this if you're good at design. Here is another type of 3D printed. This is 3D printed metal. This is, I believe this is copper. Copper fill, yeah. 100% copper printed out of a nozzle. Now, these I think you need a hardened nozzle for, but apparently they handed me this at when I was at East Coast Ret Rat Festival. The foundry came back to me and said, "Hey, you know, they said they thought I was the Ron that runs filament.ca because we were there representing them. They were there sponsoring us, so we represented them in somewhat sense of form. And they said, "Hey, are you Ron?" Da da da. I'm like, no. I'm Ron from Canadian Maker. They are the ones that sponsored us here. Oh, we want to talk to Ron because we want to ask him to resign. I know a lot more history about this. I can't get into this on the stream, so I'm not going to. Still have to give this to him at least. But yeah, they want to talk with him again. I don't know what's going on, but I guess they want to talk to him. I guess I don't know. But yeah, I've heard some stuff, so I can't get into it. I'm not going to be, one side or the other. I'm not even involved in that one. But yeah, no. If you come to, whereabouts are you from? Like, what state do you live in? Unknown Soul. Are you from the U.S. or not? And if not, there might be maker fairs near your area. So I'm just trying to get an idea of where you may be from. Because actually, I'm working on a episode. Hopefully soon I'll hear from another video. Oh, you're not from the US. Well, then you're in luck because believe it or not, there's a huge following in the UK now. Starting to, UK, Eastern Europe, I should say. There's one in Switzerland. I know that happens. I know there's one in Prague that just recently happened. If you're near Prague, I believe there is Prussia has their full-size maker space. Prusa printers are Prusa Research. I think it's Prusa Research SEO now they're known. I gotta review that. They now have their own maker huge space. Like they took half of their supply room. Sorry, half of their warehouse and turned it into a big, huge maker space. I mean, you have access to like 50 printers, laser cutter, a full set of torches, arc welder, laser cutter for wood, laser cutter for metal. What else did they say they got? Shoot, I'm not sure, but they have a whole bunch of different tools. Free to use. And there's also a couple makers out in the UK. Out in Eastern Europe. Sorry, I keep on saying UK because I'm so used to just talking to United Kingdom people. I do have a lot of friends out there that watch my channel now. It's weird, but Mr. Buttram, thanks for coming in, man. You're always welcome to come in. It's great to having you back. And Rover, if I didn't say hi already, hey Rover, thanks for coming in, dude. The guys that have the wrenches, thank you so much for coming in, guys. I do appreciate it. Actually, Medic, I wonder if it's time to do it to you. I'll think about it. Medic knows what I'm talking about. What do you think, Minnesota Maker? Think I should? But anyways, getting back to other guys, there's the guy out in Malta, 3D printer noob. He runs a channel. He's been doing 3D printing for a little while, and he's out in Malta, which is, great area. Then we have also, is it? Because I heard it wasn't this week. I heard it was next week. And when they started by now, or 10 o'clock? If it is, then I'll just broadcast for a little bit longer and I'll switch over. But yeah. But if or unless you guys want me to continue on doing this, then I didn't know that. I thought it was next week that they said. I thought because last week they had it also, wasn't it? It's like at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, right? Just let me wrench him once, lol. No and no. There's a lot to know about 3D printing. Actually, it is a subject we're going to be touching on probably tomorrow night. Sorry, Sunday night. At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do what's known as a Sunday night stream where me and another 3D printer named Daniel will sit down and we'll talk about the art of 3D printing and we go over everything head to toe. If you got a printer problem, you need some help knowing what type of printer to go with. That is something we are actually going to try to conquer soon. We might even do it this Sunday. Take it on, and go into that. Yeah, it was a UK special, but I heard that they weren't going to put it. That was after a week after them. Then I heard it was supposed to be this week. Or are they doing it every week now? One in the UK, then one in the US. Because I heard next week on they're doing it again, or unless I misunderstood. Well, it's one way to find out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up. It's the Friday night community, right? Printer community. Friday 3D printer PRNT printer COM community. A Friday night community hangout. Here we go. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. So tonight it's let's see tonight. August 17th was the last post on here. Yeah, according to this, it's just saying it's every other Friday. And then they say the European will take place on the opposite Friday. So I don't know if it's what time they're going to be doing it, but that's what it says here. I'm just reading it right now. It's on their website. Here's their statement. I don't see anything on the. And I'm looking at the Twitter right now. Last tweet that was on there was 5 hours ago, and 10 hours ago. Oh, well, hang on. It's not. Yeah, it says already done. So you need to subscribe to Nat 3D Designs on YouTube. I guess Nat's doing it at 10 o'clock. I guess by the looks of it. Oh, Hacker 99, welcome to the channel. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was 10 o'clock Eastern. Yeah. So I'm only running this for a little while anyway. So, just getting over everything all under control. So, Hacker 99, welcome to the channel. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to chat. This thing is an open type chat. We're allow anyone to, speak their minds, whatever. But at the end of this, I usually end up deleting the feed afterwards. But if there's anything interesting that I do find in here, I will implement it over into another whatever I can get together. So, Bruce, welcome on. Let's see here. Yeah, but mostly this channel is mostly we use for, talking about 3D printing, 3D prints, tricks, tips, troubleshooting. We do it all here. So it's a mixture of different things that goes on. We're seeing printing as a benchy. I'm doing it for a test. I'm testing a filament, but I'm also testing it the small spool idea. What's the best phone for $500? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Can we deal with 3D printing? So we talk about printers, the ones that do 3D printing. Yes, Rover. Rover loves hammers. We know that much. Yeah, we can print one for $500. Love it, Matt. Love it. And welcome back, man. I haven't seen you in a little while. See what you trolling for dollars. What happened to you, buddy? You just kind of disappeared all of a sudden. I haven't seen you in the channel for a little while. AM8 Merlin, TMC 2600, sub $100 version. Should I throw that out? You know what? Trolling for dollars? Let me put that into the list of things to ask Daniel, because we're going to be doing a whole talk about, starting printers. What do we think you should start off with? And going into that realm, it's a very hard one to talk about, but I'm going to ask him. Mainboards, MAIN. In the for an 8 plus bracket. Now, does it have to be Merlin firmware only, or are you looking for any type of firmware? TMC. You know what? TMC model number. I'll ask. Definitely, I will pass that on. Any will do. First choice, Marlin first. Okay, no problem then. So I will make sure that I will pass that over. There's the Facebook link. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Rover. Um, yeah, no, I'll pass it on to me and Daniel will definitely have to tackle that one. Uh if you really want to spend the money, have you looked at you could always go duet, you know, if you have the money. Yeah, no, I know how much duet is. Oh well, congratulations for coming back, Matt. You know, we always love you when you come in. Um, as you guys know, I have this open. If you're coming in, you know, it'd be great to have you guys in. If not, you can't come in, I understand that completely. But yeah, it's just, you know, having fun chatting and understanding what everybody's looking at these days. Oops, wrong window. Okay, there we go. Back. Let's see. Oh, Joe Mike's hosting it? Hmm. I haven't seen any updates from the YouTube yet. But I will definitely check it out at 10 o'clock and then I'll probably end the stream then. But like I said, guys, if you are, yeah, tonight is by. Yeah. Hey, Joe Mike is always a good guy. I mean, he's like sleep deprived from what I know. And I know that he's dealing with a newly born child, the whole 9 yards. I know he's pooped. But yeah. So like I said, this is just testing out the spool itself. Ah. Oh no, the spool came apart. Yeah, my spool finally broke. It came apart. Nuts. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna have to rewind this. The spool just finally went boom. It was doing slowly this, and then went poof. I was like, ah. So I'll rewind it on the. I'll print myself one of the newer spools. Ah, it sucks. Oh well, it happens. Spool open up. Yeah, his new extruder's causing lots of lack of sleep. Well, that's what they do to you. They see kids are known for doing two things. I'm taking this from my friend Dave Jackson from the School of Podcasting. Loves kids, wish he had them, never, you know, had a chance to have them, tried hard with his first wife, and him and his first wife ended up having some marital issues, and then they kind of, you know, fell apart. But he said, you know, we tried everything um from this to that to this, but never had a baby, so this is what it is. I'm not going to resize it down. There's another spool out there that's even better, and I got that covered in my video. This, if you want to have a look at it, I can show it a fast view of it. Let's see here. Universe. Oh, come on. There we go. Give me one moment, please. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to mute my microphone there for a second. So I'm looking at this here. This is the spool I was looking at. So it's a 2-part spool. And I'm just going to raise this up a little bit more. This is thing number 505217. There's the link right there. And this was printed. It's actually a fairly good size. And it only takes a few seconds to get your filament rolled on there. I had a little issue getting it on there because I printed this at a... Give me a moment. What?
I think Sandra's gone out.
Okay.
Because there's no... Neil's gone out. I know that.
Yeah.
But I think she went out too because the door to the dogs is closed.
Okay.
She must have gone out.
Oh. Oh, sorry about that. Stuff going on around the house. But anyways, that's the spool right there that I am using. And it's been working out pretty good so far. I'm just going to check in a few seconds, make sure there's not spool of filament everywhere around my area. But yeah, so back to my picture, please. Thank you. There we go. All right. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell, really. So hopefully once the printing is done, I'll be able to check it and, spool's done. But that's the one I am using right now, and I do like it because it's actually threaded. It's easy to put together. It's not like the filaments.ca, but you know what? I could probably redesign this with an inner core. Like a spool core that fits on top of this to make it a little bit bigger. But at least give me the opportunity to slide. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Have to fire up Fusion 360 and see what I can come up with. But it would be not a bad idea. I guess I could put a core on this, but I don't know. I'd have to size this down a little bit too. I probably want it 1/3 of the size, half the size at least. It's a lot of work. But I do see where you're coming from, Rover. But yeah, and it's a lot of work, but you know what? It can be done. I mean, there's no, it doesn't mean I can't do it. It's just I got to figure out a way to do it. So right now I'm running a new version. I'm running Octoprints right now in the background. And it's saying I have print time. It's been 49 minutes. Print time left. They're saying 50 minutes and 13 seconds. They did say this was going to take an hour and a half, so I'm not surprised. But I am doing a full on, got this on time lapse, so time lapse would be really short. I'll throw that into the video and I'll, show what it looks like afterwards, with the filament on there. Well, with it after it's printed and, give my final thoughts. But this is more for testing it on the spool holder itself to see if the spool and how the spool handles the filament. But yeah, it should be interesting to see how this all turns out at the end. But yeah, if you guys are, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, having fun today. There we go. If you are not subscribed, remember to subscribe, hit the bell. Let me know what you guys thought of this. I'm going to leave this video up. I'm not going to change anything in the video. So yeah, the video will stay up, but I'd like to know your thoughts, your opinions, your, We got to think of this. Now there is going to be a full video coming out of me talking about the spools. I will talk about this spool falling apart just recently. So that's going to be fun to talk about. Yeah. Spool failed. Just sitting here. So that tells me that spool, I wouldn't go print that again. Again, I might try again, print it and get out and see if it locks better. I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet. What? Let me just see if they're on yet. Just loading up YouTube, just seeing if anyone's on yet. No, no one's up yet. So it means that everyone's still, not doing much really. But, it is what it is, really. But, if you guys are interested in more of these type of videos, you can always comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. See, Joe makes his church come here so I can sleep. Yeah. I see you guys have gone quiet on me. Do that in Slicer. Yeah. Rover, it's a lot more work than you think. Even though I understand, saying do it in Slicer, I know I can slice it down, slice it smaller. It's not that. It's putting the filament on there and finding a way to fasten it is the issue. It's not that I can't resize it. Here, have a look. Okay. There is nowhere on this to stick your filament on so you can string it and then get it on the filament reel. Where this, I'm going to take the top off here and show you what I'm talking about. See this hole right here? That's where your filament goes into, so you can easily attach it so it doesn't unravel at the other end, causing it to tangle. That's the problem, is getting that and getting this onto this. Granted, I understand where you're coming from, and I do agree with you. It would be easier to resize that. But I would want to make something that would fit inside of that so I can tighten it up if I'm going to make that smaller. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm not saying that at all, Rover. I'm just saying there's a few things we got to think about when we're resizing and restructuring and trying to figure out what we want to do. Hey, Miss Glow, thanks for coming in. There's a whole bunch of things that we have to figure out. So, can I get a roll call, guys? Can I know how many people are still in the channel, please? Just tweet here, and I will know that you guys are still here. Drill a hole. Yeah, I could. But it's... If I make this smaller, okay? Let's just take this, okay? And I shrink it. Am I shrinking the diameter? Which would cause the hole to shrink. If I shrink it downward, this causes the threading to be a lot more harder to use. This prints in 2 parts. This would not fit together on a 500 bed. I have to print this, and then I would have to print this. And if I don't right size them properly, then when I try to do this, they wouldn't fit properly. It'll also what a slicer does when you're trying to shrink something. And take this in for instance, guys. When you take something and you shrink it, you're shrinking even the grids. Who says that will print properly? I may have to go to a 0.1 layer height to print that properly. This is printed at 0.2. Do I have to go to 0.1 when doing this so that I can still get the thread to shred down? Will this still fit on a standard spool holder when it's shrunk that small? Those are some things you got to think about also. It's not just simply, oh, well, why don't you just print a piece that goes over it? Well, then I got to think about other stuff that I'm changing in it. Now, there can be a spool holder adapter that you can print for this. Now, think about this. We make a spool holder adapter that fits over this, okay? That allows me to have a bigger diameter on here, like a coupler, almost like you would slide on a sock, like a coupler also. Yeah, still stringing by 66 full, then I'm going to have to print it one diameter, because if I want it to stay together, that's the thing. It's a fine layer to say it. It's doing it is totally two different things. But I mean, if you want to take a shot at it, dude, it's worth a shot. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, Rover. I understand that. But think about this: why not build a sock for it, like a sock almost? Fits on the circle, causes you to have less room, but has a hole so you can actually thread the filament on it. Slides on here, and then we can wrap it around. Just another way of thinking about it. Thingiverse. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. That's similar to what I've already printed out. Oh, poor Vince. Sorry to hear that, man. I know that's annoying. You spend hours winding it up. It's like they go poof. Let's have a look at this. This is actually a better one. Let me see. Let me open up OBS so I can show this guy. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to try something different here. Hang on. Boom. We'll stream that baby. So that's the one that Bruce was showing us. Looking at it right now. Not a bad spool holder, actually. That is a unique one, definitely. Let's have a better look at this. There we go. You probably print it like straight up too. No problem, I would think. It's definitely worth one to look at. I didn't see this master spool listed in the listings for sample spools. But sample master spool is not a bad idea. It's very similar to the one I printed out, but yeah, it's definitely worth a try to give it and see how it works. I guess core here is the one that winds it all up. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I'll give it that. I'll definitely have to think about it. But yeah, let's go back to the off. Okay, there we go. Back to my view. So yeah, it's something to look at. And that was what number 2804876. So it's worth looking at also. Not saying every spool is going to work out. It's just there's different ones for different designs, different everything that we're working on. And like I said, as soon as this finishes printing, I'll pull up the spool I have right now. You guys can see it. But unfortunately, it's still printing. Unfortunately. Sorry, I'm just checking on some stuff that I just got sent to me. It's always fun when you got people sending you stuff and they're like, "Hey, question for you: do you happen to have like this?" It's like, nah. Sometimes my friends can be kind of weird. Hmm. Okay. Actually, there's something I got to help somebody with. Interesting. Okay. Fun of being a podcaster also is knowing people in that, when people are looking for help, basically looking for someone to interview. It's like, yeah, if you know somebody, please message me. And the guy's like, I need help. I can't find someone like this. And so like, damn, I know people that are in that profession, and I can get them hooked up with a few. This would be fun. It's going to be a fun week. Then dropped it. Nice going, medic. No, medic knows all the fun I was having putting this on the spool. I actually had to use a lighter to heat the filament a little bit so I could get it soft enough with my large nail nose pliers. So here I am. Setting the filament partially on fire, twisted around this so I could get an end form on the back of this so it'd stay on the spool. Once I did that, then it was basically easy peasy, and it just broke off. There's the end that just broke off. So I had that wrapped around those pliers set on fire so that it would hold, and it did work. But lo and behold, it broke off again. Yeah, I got the aunts today. Damn. But yeah, this is just, the benchy is just to do a test and have a look at the filament and see what type of color it is. And it's always, we got all these boxes now. We got how many is there now? There's Maker Box, there's UFO, the Alien UFO. Is there another one out there? Pick a Box from filaments.ca. And I know there's another one coming out now. So we're gonna have too many of these boxes where, man, I got the aunts tonight. Jeez. Where we're gonna have like too many boxes and we're just gonna have nowhere to use them or anything like that. It's gonna get interesting in the next couple months, I think, or years, it depends on a lot of things and factors and such. But yeah, Well, anyways, guys, I know that they're going to be going soon. I haven't seen anything pop up yet on YouTube, so I don't know they're live yet. You Do It, I know is live right now, but I'm not seeing anything here. That's showing Matt is online. I'm not seeing anything from a couple other guys, but it might be happening soon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kill it now. I got yawns or something going on here. But yeah, soon we'll start the other one, so you guys can go watch that. I'm going to log off and take a sip of water or something like that, and get myself woken up here. And unless you want me to keep the feed open, I can keep that video up, and you guys can watch the Benji print. It's an option. Snap. No, right, Mac. I haven't gone. I'm not logging off just yet, but if you guys want to watch, you guys can watch the Benji print. That's up to you guys. If you guys want me to leave it up and you guys want to watch Benchy, that's okay. I'm just got the yawns right now, so trying to stop myself from yawning. Going to take a shot of water or something. It's ridiculous, though. You're not late. You're just. I'm just talking about printing. It's nothing really spectacular. I'm talking about the me and Vince last 2 nights ago got on to chat. I think you were there, Robbie Mac, if I remember correctly, or were you? No, I think everybody else was chatting on different. Everyone's on different was on different channel, chatting about certain things. Not different channel, different YouTube channel. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna leave this up. Right, Mac, you didn't miss much, honestly. Just talking about a little bit about the mini spool project that's I'm starting to find out a little bit more about. Like, this has been a thing that the Preem professor was talking about along the Preem professor nerd or Preem professor. Can't remember which one. 3D Preem professor, I think it was talking about it. And they were talking about the small spool initiative. The small spool initiative is a way to put, like, he was saying that samples should come on smaller spools. So I thought about it. I went, I'm not 100% sold on your thought process of small spools. But I like the idea that if there's a way that we can print a small spool and load sample filaments on it that we get in maker boxes or such like that, I'd be open to that idea. So I went looking around. And I found one. Found a couple of them. The one I have right now is probably the best one I have so far, because what it is it's a bigger spool design, but diameter is big enough that if it's inside a plastic bag and it has expanded to this, it fits around there a lot more easier. And I was playing around with it, and it's not a bad design. It's a really actual smart way of designing a spool holder. What's my thoughts of it? I don't know yet, because I'm still printing with it. Once I've done the print, I can actually look at it, and then I can give my own opinions and give out what my thoughts are about it. Yeah, I'll probably be coming to Friday chat, Rover. Yeah, I know I need coffee, it seems. But let's put it this way. I know the equinox is soon. I'm starting to go into this sleeping. My sleeping disorder is acting up. I know that for a fact. I am not sleeping at night as much as I usually do, which is causing this again. I'm only getting close to 4 hours of sleep a night, which is not healthy. I sleep for 4 hours, I wake up, and then I fall back asleep for another 2 or 3. I don't fall asleep till about 5 or 6 in the morning because my body doesn't allow me to fall asleep around 12 or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been dealing with this sleep disorder since God knows when. Say back when I was in this developed about 10 years ago. Yeah, 2010 started having a sleep disorder creep up on me. It wasn't as bad as it is now. In the last 5 years, it's gotten worse, I would say. I'm not sure it's tied in with I'm not sure if it's tied in with the anxiety and depression aspect I got going on also, which is becoming a little bit of a concern to me. Granted, you know, it's is what it is, but there's no way to really escape it. So I need to think about that. But I think there's going to be 2 videos coming up soon. One will be on the spool for sure. The next video I might just do is I might just go through all my podcasting equipment. Like, I mean, straight up from the headphones, webcam, microphone, windscreen, the whole kit and caboodle. I'd say an equipment I got. I'm probably going to go back to my Yamaha MG102C, which is this is my baby. Love this thing to death. This is like my higher end mixer. This thing is a beaut. The thing's like a freaking, it's beautiful. It's lightweight. But what I like about it, it gives me stable sound. Where on the Leases, it gives me good sound, but not stable. What do I mean by a good sound versus stable sound? Good sound meaning I'm still getting great audio out of here, but if I adjust the knobs, I'm noticing it doesn't matter how much I turn it up, the volume is still getting hammered. Now that could be also Skype doing its stupid thing where Skype monitors everything that goes into the mixer and decides to control your audio. If that's the case, fine. But I also found that if I need to use phantom power for one of my microphones I do have, the phantom power on here has been wonky at best. Now it could be my microphone. Granted, it's an expensive microphone. It was about $400 when I bought it, the damn blade thing. And that's going back, 2004? No, 2009. Sorry. I got a Phantom. I got a microphone. It's what model is that now? It's electric. No, it's not Electro Voice because Electro Voice doesn't make that model anymore. Who made that microphone? I don't know because I don't have it anymore. But it required phantom power, and I know the guy who owns it still, so I was able to borrow it again. Tried it on this mixer, and I noticed that it was going in and out. So I went, that's weird. Yet the phantom power on this baby stayed on, didn't cut out. Now I've opened this up. I found a loose wire, tested it out again. It's been stable, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Luckily, none of my microphones I would use phantom power. I find phantom powers are only available on the phantom power is mostly used on condenser microphones and ribbon microphones. And there are a couple of dynamic mics that will support phantom power, but not required. There are some microphones that require a little bit extra juice, which you use a cloud lifter for, not phantom power for. And I know there's a lot of people that swear phantom power is better than no power whatsoever, but each to their own. And if you try to put phantom power to a microphone that can't support phantom power, that can cause the microphone to explode, pop, cause damage, major, major damage. And I've talked to a lot of guys, and I just want to listen. You're running phantom power on a ATR 2100. All you need is a cloud lifter. They're about $20, and it means $100 microphone blowing up in your face versus a $20 piece of equipment that won't allow it to, that would give it a better sound. You know, it's like, why would you be stupid enough to use phantom power and blow your microphone? That causes damage to the receiver, to the so many parts to a microphone to explain, but basically you're talking into a speaker in somewhat sense that's vibrating. It's getting the amount of air pressure that's pushing against the diaphragm. The diaphragm is then transmitting it to a signal that's being transmitted directly over a line into the mixer, out to the mixer, out to another board, which then transfers it to a digital signal. Then a digital signal is then transferred into the computer as ones and O's, and then comes back out to the whatever program is reading it. Yeah, I have a lot of equipment here. The digital encoder I'm using is known as the Behringer UMix model number, I think it's a 909. That one will also support vinyl records if I wanted to ever transfer vinyl over to my computer again. Haven't had a need to do that yet. Don't kid yourself. I do have vinyl records sitting here too. I usually don't transfer vinyl over. It's not worth it. It just takes too long. But yeah, vinyl you can transfer. This unit will allow you to transfer vinyl. And yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, like I said, I'll be going through all my equipment that I use. Like I said, the Alesis Multimix 4, it's working. If you're interested in the mixer, hit me up. I'm getting rid of it. We can work out a price and, you know, try to get it out for you and ship it out to you right away. I'm not kidding. I'm going to get rid of this damn play thing because it's I don't need it anymore. I mean, sure, it's great that I can, you know, change my voice and do some neat, gnarly things. But you can only do it like 100 times, and then it's just boring now. You know, talking like this. Evil, dark voice I do every so often. You know, that welcome to your death. You know, that type of sound. You can only do that so many times, and, you know.
Getting into these high-pitched voices also are just, yeah.
But yeah, so next video is going to be all about that. But you know what? I'm going to leave this on for a little bit. You guys can watch the Benchy print, and you know, anything you guys want to say, type it up. I'll be replying right back to you guys. So, everyone, thank you so much, and have yourself a great day. Now on to the Benchy. Oh, Magic Plus.